Specials, Ed.G. Rush, Hugh Hollins, and Bernie Fryer. In 44 years of playoffs, only 4 teams have successfully rebounded from a 0-2 deficit in a 7-game series. The last time it was accomplished, the Portland Trailblazers, led by Bill Walton, did it at the expense of the Philadelphia 76ers to win the NBA championship. The Chicago Bulls controlling the opening tip. They have usually attempted to get Cartwright going early. Over Edwards for Laimbeer to the rebound. And here comes Joe Dumars. Edwards up front with Laimbeer and Rodman. Thomas and Dumars in the backcourt. Isaiah Thomas going left off the dribble, trying to feed Laimbeer, and the Bulls able to break it up. Jordan, yes. Michael Jordan still bothered by the tendonitis in his left knee. At times he's been on the guilty side. He sat out most of practice yesterday. Looks to be running well here in the early going.
Yeah, and the rest did. Jordan did him well. The knees have been bothering him. He needed a couple days off, and he'll come out today smoking from the beginning.
Shot clock down to 2. Here's Thomas. Chicago Bulls have successfully defended against the Detroit Pistons pick and roll, and they have been particularly successful as Pippen fires at home for a 4-0 lead. They have done the job against Bill Laimbeer with the matchup of Scottie Pippen jumping out on Laimbeer.
What happens is the full court pressure uses up time off the 24-second clock as the offensive foul is called right there by Eddie Rush under the basket. But the full court pressure takes time off the 24-second clock. Then as the pick and roll takes place, they switch. And with Pippen guarding Laimbeer, the main screener on the pick and roll, he's quick enough to keep the ball in front of him, play the small guard, and then the small guard just bellies up to Laimbeer.
Rodman called for that foul. Cartwright setting the pick. Edwards jumping out on Pippen, who went to the crossover and then finds the open Cartwright. Well, he took a lot of time to get set, but he's able to hit it. Scotty Hastings mentioning the other day that Bill Cartwright takes about 5 seconds to get the shot off because he looks for the extra television exposure. And Phil Jackson arguing that call against Cartwright.
Keeping the body on people, being physical down inside, not letting the offensive post player establish good position. That's one of the goals of the Bulls.
Well, they're calling them very close here at the start, which was anticipated. Laimbeer away from the ball, called for the blocking foul.
Hey, these officials read newspapers, listen to the shows like everyone else. They hear the statements made by the coaches and players. They're going to establish control of this game.
Another whistle. It's called on Thomas.
Now, the one thing, as this is a very experienced veteran officiating crew, you don't want to ruin the basketball game. These are 2 outstanding teams who play aggressive ball.
Are you saying they are on the verge of ruining a game with the happy whistles going here at the start? As Dumars is able to put the Pistons on the board.
And keep in mind now, all 8 points combined by both teams have come from the perimeter. No one taking it inside or to the basket yet off the dribble. And what I was saying is that at some point here early, you got to let the guys play the game.
3 minutes gone by. Grant with the step. Grant with the rebound, and he is fouled. Edwards picking up his first, and Horace Grant will go to the line.
Grant gets the shot off because he had moved into Laimbeer and had plenty of room between the 2 bodies. As a result, Laimbeer could not put a body on him and check him off. Second shot, offensive rebound.
Grant 71%, free throw shooter. Horace Grant had a strong series against the Philadelphia 76ers. And he's given the Bulls a 7-2 lead. Here's pressure, light pressure by Chicago that has provided problems for the Pistons. Edwards off a double team. Dumars. And it's tipped and missed by Rodman. for a travel. Lambier jumping out as Cartwright set the pick. Pippen, yes. And the Bulls lead it 9-2. The Pistons have won 13 of 15 against Chicago here at the Palace. Good switch by Grant. Mismatches Rodman and Paxson. They double up on that. Isaiah shed the three, goes for the scoop, and it's tipped home by Lambier.
Yeah, but I think the most important point there is that after the ball was kicked out from the double team to Isaiah, he ball faked and took it to the basket, dribble penetration, which forces their defense to rotate inside.
Oh, what a fake by Jordan through the double pump, and Michael able to hit on his second field goal. The Bulls 11 and the Pistons 4. Thomas with the spin and the bucket.
And that time Detroit went to the pick and roll using Bill Cartwright as the guy who had to make a decision whether to switch or stay with the basketball, and that's what they need to go to today. More Cartwright involved defensively.
Rodman took the drive from Pippen. Grant, nice fadeaway move by Horace Grant. It's the Bulls 13 and the Pistons 6. Paxson, tracking Thomas, squeezing through. Pistons with the numbers. Edwards lost it. Oh, George stripped the dribble. Paxson open. Yes. And the Bulls lead it 15-6.
When you see Chicago go into its trapping defense, one of the things Detroit wants to do is get the two big men, Lambier and Edwards, down the floor. Then, in the middle, Dennis Rodman will wind up playing the role of the point guard, having to make the decision as they attack.
Fast start by the Chicago Bulls. They jump in front, 15-6.
And Detroit needs to pay attention to the fact they're so concerned with getting second shots on the offensive boards that Chicago is not going to hold the ball when they get it. They're trying to push it back at them.
Oh, Pippen rejected by Rodman. Isaiah putting the move on Paxson. Isaiah Thomas, obviously so important to this Piston ball club, showing his quickness early despite the assorted injuries that he is playing with. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cartwright wide open, and the Bulls take a 17-8 lead.
A little pick and roll action by the Bulls, coming right back at the Pistons with the thing that the Pistons do best, two-man basketball.
Chuck Daly wasting little time and inserting Mark McGuire, who led Detroit with 25 points, and that's a foul on Paxson. 25 points in 34 minutes, game 1 on Sunday, and then game 2, he had a 16-point outburst in 27 minutes. He's had the hot hand off the bench.
Well, the two guys off the bench, Vinnie Johnson and McGuire, have been the keys for the Pistons hanging close the few times that they have been close in the first 2 games.
McGuire going to work on Grant and calls for the foul. Horace Grant picks up his first. Johnson has averaged 25 per game over the first 2, and Mark McGuire at 20 and a half. Crowd with sarcastic reaction when fouls have been called against Chicago. Dumars and Jordan able to sweep it. Over the first 2 games, the Bulls have shot 42 more free throws than the Pistons. Jordan going glass. He's hit 3 out of 4, and the Bulls open up a 19-8 lead. Back in game 1, the Bulls opened at 20-8 in Chicago.
And Jordan is staying basically perimeter so far this afternoon, not taking it to the rim, but pulling up for that medium-range jump shot.
McGuire with the spin, and back come the Bulls, and the Pistons upset, looking for a foul call on that move by McGuire. Rodman got a piece of it. Dumars met by Jordan. Edwards.
The Bulls are playing with such confidence. They get back in transition defense, stop the easy layup, and then they just run and double team the basketball, not really concerned with who's open right now for the Pistons as a result of the double team.
Jordan waving Grant away, and then Grant posts up on Aguirre. Grant, yes, so much for Horace Grant. Not hitting the outside shot after taking off those prescription goggles.
He did not heed the advice of the eye doctor.
Yes, Dr. David Orth, the Bulls ophthalmologist, said that he was kind of concerned when the glasses were taken off. And the foul against Edwards.
Keep an eye. Edwards establishes such deep position. His teammate knows he's in trouble. Watch from the left side of the screen as Pippen says, I need to help out here and go for the steal on the entry pass.
And James Edwards, after collecting his second foul, will sit down. John Salley, who has been in foul difficulty over the first two games, has come on for the first time. So it is Salley, Aguirre, and Rodman up front. As Chuck Daly goes to the early shuffling, his club is down 21-8. 3:40 remaining in this first quarter. A battle between Jordan and Dumars, and then Jordan collided with Aguirre. Shot clock is at 2. Pippen, yes! And the Bulls have been unconscious in this first quarter.
Exactly. Chicago's playing almost a perfect first quarter here. I think Chuck Daly just needs to tell the Pistons, look, hang in there. They're doing everything right, making every big shot. We'll work our way back into this game. It's a long game.
Aguirre. And he was looking for the foul. Now a loose ball foul against the Pistons. It's called on Rodman.
One thing you need to keep in mind, the Bulls are so quick, so aggressive, have some great hands. You need to get the ball out of double teams quickly. The longer you hold it, the more chance you're going to have of either being stripped or winding up with a bad shot at the end. A little bit of frustration by Mark Aguirre after the bad shot.
It's the Bulls 23 and the Pistons 8. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Jordan. Rare miss by the Bulls, but they're able to get a new 24. Paxson from deep. And Vinnie Johnson, who just came on, able to get to it.
Chuck Daly going with the small unit, 3 guards, and along with Mark Aguirre, hoping to have more guys with the ability of scoring and put it on the floor.
Aguirre went short on the downtown attempt. Chuck telling us yesterday that he figures to go quite a bit with Vinnie Johnson as a small forward, staying with the 3-guard alignment. Technical foul has been called. Looked like Aguirre and Grant were getting involved. And it is called on Aguirre. So things are heating up. The Pistons, a very frustrated ball club. They are trailing by the score of 23-8. Here's another look at it as Aguirre and Grant came together. A little shove by Aguirre. And then again, as Grant attempted to establish position, and that was clear cut. The tee on Aguirre. We'll be back in a moment. So the Bulls have hit 11 of 18 from the field. Detroit only 4 out of 15 in this first quarter. Detroit has missed its last 5 field goal attempts. And the Bulls now lead it 24-8. Mike, how do you explain what is going on here? Home court advantage for Detroit. Must-win situation. But it's been the same story. They have come out passive. And, of course, the Bulls have been on fire.
From the beginning of the game, the Bulls looked like a cool, calm, collected team, understanding what they had to do to get it done today as Grant misses a little layup inside. On the other hand, Detroit, the frustration setting in. You're champions, 2-time defending world champions. Can't figure out what's going on here. It's a snowball effect. It just keeps getting worse.
2 minutes left.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Paxson changed his mind on the 3. good start for Michael Jordan. Off the head fake. And Aguirre out of the pack, has Dumars with him, goes the distance. He stepped out. It will be Detroit ball.
When you get those fast break opportunities, 3-on-1s, 2-on-1s, you need to get the ball into the guy's hands who makes the right decision, and then you've got to score at the end. Goes the length of the court, Mark Aguirre, but does not convert at the end. They need points.
And Aguirre 0 for his first 4. Craig Hodges has checked in. Phil Jackson using Hodges at the end of quarters for his long-range proficiency. Vinnie Johnson with a driving hook. Bulls 24. And the Pistons 10. Incredibly, with a minute and 15 remaining first quarter, the Pistons finally hit double figures. Only 10 points.
Well, averaging only 90 points so far in the first 2 games.
Oh, what a play by Dumars, and he was fouled by Paxson. That's the type of play that could help the Pistons get back into it.
They believe that their defense has been their constant the entire season. They rely on it. They're going to stay with it. The defense will produce easy scores.
Paxson will sit down. He committed his second. E.J. Armstrong, the second-year player from Iowa, checking in for the first time. Pistons stay with the 3-guard setup. Johnson over Grant. Yes. So the microwave has come off the bench again and done it. He's hit 2 of 2.
Don't be alarmed by the 12 points on the board for Detroit, because Chicago has only 24, and they come up with another steal.
Johnson for Aguirre. The Bulls by 10. The Pistons scrapping back off their defensive work. Shot clock at 8. Excellent defensive sequence by Detroit. Shot clock at 2. Pistons back to the offense. 15 seconds in the quarter. Johnson, yes! Chicago will hold for a final shot. 8-0 run by the Pistons. No call as the first quarter comes to a close. 8 consecutive points by the Pistons. Bulls missed their last 5 in a row. In the first quarter, Chicago 11-21, Detroit 8 of 20. It is now the Bulls 24 and the Pistons 16. Marv Albert with Mike Fratello and Ahmad Rashad. 21,000 at the Palace for Game 3 at the best of 7. Sally, and off the back tap, here comes Armstrong. Armstrong and Jordan at the guards. Will Perdue has come on for the first time. Perdue up front with Frank. Oh, Johnson with the hustle, couldn't get to it. Hodges does.
Keep in mind, in the first 2 games, whenever the second unit came on the floor, only Jordan or Pippen, one or the other, remained out there from the first unit. Right now, you have Jordan and Grant. A little sign right there that Jackson may be concerned.
And Phil Jackson is going with a 3-guard alignment. Look out, Hodges able to hit after Thomas went flying over him on the fake. And the Bulls lead it by 10. Detroit staying with the 3-guard. Vinnie Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, along with John Sally and Mark Aguirre. Aguirre. Well, he was uncertain, and then he decided to let it fly.
Well, he wanted to try and put the ball on the floor and take it to the basket, but if the defensive man's going to back off that far, you must knock some jumpers out.
8-point lead for the Bulls. It will be Chicago ball with 13 on the 24. Well, the Detroit Pistons the last 3 years have eliminated the Chicago Bulls from the playoffs, but in recent times, the Bulls have turned it around and won 5 of the last 7 playoff games against the Pistons. 3-on-2. Here's Johnson. Yes. make it 4 for 4 for Vinnie Johnson. And the Pistons now within 6.
Vinnie Johnson knows that he's having an outstanding series against the Bulls. He's playing so hard. His shot's back right now, playing with a ton of confidence.
Armstrong lost it off his foot.
Reminiscent of the matchup, Isaiah versus D. Brown in the Boston game. Isaiah versus Armstrong, taking advantage of the inexperienced player.
Beer bothered by tendonitis of the right knee. He has had a very low-key series against the Chicago Bulls. Has not done it, only 2 of 9 from the field, and he's committed 10 fouls. Sally with a facial plus the foul. Will Purdue called for the foul?
A little pick and roll between Vinnie Johnson and Joe Dumars. The Bulls weren't quite ready for it, didn't know how to handle it, resulting in a potential three-point play. Dumars coming off of VJ, looking for his teammate once he draws the next defender.
John Sally, a 73% free throw shooter. Detroit turning it around. They've hit 7 of their last 8 from the field. Once down by 16, they are now trailing by only 3. Clubs going small with the 3 guards. Hodges, yes. And Craig Hodges has done a terrific job in the playoffs coming off the bench. You'll recall he hit the critical 3 in Game 1 last Sunday. After an erratic regular season, now Hodges defending Johnson. Open shot for Aguirre. Hits the Bulls. 28. And the Pistons, 26. Jordan. Loose ball foul called on the Pistons. And it will stay right there. Here's Scottie Pippen returning. Armstrong sitting down. Foul called on Aguirre, his second. Oh, what a spin by Jordan. Rebound, Sally. Aguirre.
All you need is a couple of missed shots by Chicago. You got a small team on the floor for Detroit. They can get out, fill lanes, and then you got scorers on the floor for the Pistons.
Correct score, Bulls 28, Pistons 27. There was a question a moment ago as to whether the shot was a 2 or a 3. Hodges recaptures. Here's Grant, and the Bulls take a 30-27 lead.
Fortunate bounce that time for Chicago. The deflection by Sally on the pass, attempted pass inside. The Bulls come up with the basketball.
Aguirre battling his way. It won't count. The whistle before the shot attempt. Horace Grant picking up his second. The continuation waved off. Johnson hit on the reach-in. Well, Vinnie Johnson will go to the line. Hodges called for his first.
To me, at the offensive end of the floor right now, the Pistons should be using Will Purdue, his man, as the screener in their 2-man game, the pick and roll stuff. If Purdue tries to switch onto an Isaiah Thomas, it's history. Thomas goes by him. If he tries to double team Thomas, he'll go around him because he's too slow. That's the key guy right now. He's setting the screens. That happens to be John Sally.
Here's Cliff Levingston providing a rest for Horace Grant. Leads with 7 points. Cliff Levingston played particularly well in Game 1 on Sunday, and he had been a forgotten man most of the season. So the Bulls 30 and the Pistons 28. Livingston up front with Purdue and Pippen. They double up on Jordan. Jordan and Armstrong at the guards. Sally jumping out. Shot clock is at 4. Livingston in tipped home by Purdue. Will Purdue squeezing inside, and he's given the Bulls a 4-point lead.
That's one of the problems when you're aggressive defensively and double-team Michael Jordan as he plays pick and roll. You then start scrambling and rotating on the inside, and it leaves people open to get on the offensive glass for Chicago.
Thomas working very hard, but couldn't find the shot. Aguirre does. And Johnson getting to it on the back tap. Johnson with the spin.
Together on the same team, and Vinnie Johnson, Joe Dumars, and Isaiah Thomas. When you talk about three in the same backcourt, these guys go get missed shots and then have the ability to score on the follow-up.
Pippen has it, left wing. Mid-post, left side to Grant against Aguirre. To the dotted line, turning, gunning from there, no. Isaiah skies for the rebound. Did he get up? 3 to play in the half. Bulls by 2. Isaiah right-handing up the right side. Pick and roll with Sally. Shovel back inside to John. Cartwright knocked it away. To Grant. Now Paxson. 2:50 left in the half. Paxson left wing against Isaiah. Top side to Pippen against Vinny. Grant screening. Pippen guns. Right wing. It goes from 21. Bulls by 4. As they reopen the lead with 2.5 left in the half.
You know, one thing I noticed about Pippen, and I think it's really helping his play, he's not forcing the action. He's taking all good shots.
Pistons go to Vinny as he breaks out of the pack right side. Bounces back top side to Isaiah. Shot clock 10. Driving on Paxson. And he traveled, says Ed Rush. He got it off the high glass. Rush calls the walk from way out in front. I don't know about that call.
Well, it looked as though, George, he may have changed his pivot, but at the onset of the drive, but sometimes you get that call, sometimes you don't. I've seen Isaiah do that a ton of times.
2:09 till halftime. Cartwright, mid-post right, breaks inside. Sally turns and dunks. And your worst fears are being realized now. The Bulls are up 6. 1:56 left in the half. Vinny has it deep right wing. Pippen slaps it away. Vinny gets it back. Shot clock 10. BJ rocks him with the dribble. Gets to the lane. Dumps it left corner. Aguirre by himself. He sends it. He scores it.
Well, when the Pistons are able to get penetration, be it Dumars, be it Johnson, be it Thomas, they can always kick out and get an open jumper.
Chicago by 4. Cartwright inside. Looks to dunk. Sally stops it with the foul.
Dennis Rodman checks back in, too.
Dennis Rodman will replace John, who's picked up his 3rd. Cartwright will shoot 2.
There's the last 2 minutes.
Chuck Daly opting to go extended minutes with this guard trio, George.
He will shoot 2.
Now he rests just Sally. Cartwright makes John's foul, perhaps a good one unless he gets in foul trouble down the stretch. He missed the first free throw. Speedy recovery to Jim Julian at Henry Ford Hospital from family and friends. Cartwright makes the 2nd. Bulls by 5. 1.5 left in the half. The 3 guards, Aguirre and Worm for the Pistons. The Bulls starters are on the floor. BJ topside against Grant. Shot clock 12. Jumps it up from 19. Short. Rebound. Pippen stolen by Vinny. But Ed Rush calls a foul on Isaiah.
His first. Penalties.
1:13 left in the half. Chicago 45, the Pistons 40. At the line, Pippen.
Here comes Gerald Henderson. So one of the guards will get a rest. You have to wonder, what these long minutes might do to the 3 of them. Late in the game, George, especially if it's tight, if it's close. But without a doubt, the three guards being on the floor keyed Detroit's comeback.
They were down 16. They took the lead. Now they trail by 6. 1:13 left in the half. Pippen made the first. Here is the second, and he scores it. 47-40 Chicago.
Of course, when you're down like the Pistons were, you have to think of down, not the end of the game, because if you don't get back in it and quickly, then it doesn't matter really who's on the floor at the end of the game, I guess.
1:05 left in the half. Henderson on for Isaiah, picked up his second. Right wing to Dumars, top of the key, Aguirre. In the lane, it's Vinny. Back deep right to Joe, shot clock 5. Now 4. Joe takes it, left elbow, up fake on Livingston, leans, guns, and he is hit and fouled with the shot clock running out by Livingston.
Michael Jordan giving the officials a sarcastic look. He felt like he was fouled. There should have been an offensive foul on Joe Dumars that time. As he ran Michael's way, there was contact. Michael went down, no call.
One of the few calls Jordan hasn't gotten in this series. Let's take 10 for an ID on the world champion Pistons Playoff Basketball Network. Joe Dumars made, then missed. Pippen with a rebound. 45 seconds left in the half. 47-41 Bulls. Pippen has it topside. Low right to Cartwright, sideline right Paxson. Again low inside to Cartwright. Deep left Pippen over Vinny from 19 with a rainbow, and it goes. 49-41, Chicago by 8.
And Pippen is 6 of 8 from the field.
Gerald Henderson against Paxson, left wing. Pick and roll with Aguirre. Then he pops out, gets it right wing, jumps it over Pippen, and he sticks it. BJ 6 for 7. It's a 6-point game. 15 seconds left in the half, and the Bulls take a 20-second timeout.
Taking a shot for some time. He's still 3 of 10, and he's been that for a very long time now.
He has it way outside against Joe. 8 seconds left in the half. He drives it to the right elbow, goes baseline, elevates, guns off the glass, it goes. 3.6 seconds left in the half, Chicago by 8. Henderson snakes out of the pack, flips it up from midcourt. No, it's short. There's the horn at the half. The Bulls 51 and the Pistons 43. Now Chicago falls back, and Isaiah Wright hands up the right side. Nice to get a hoop here. Rodman screens Paxson. Isaiah dishes to Aguirre, mid-left. Now low inside left to Edwards. Trying to come to the lane. On Cartwright, turns, got it. Boy, if he could open the second half like he occasionally, or more than occasionally, opens games.
You mean to like 10 straight points?
You could use 4 out of 5, something like that. Here's Scottie Pippen, left elbow for the Bulls. Turning on Dumars, high glass gun, in and out. Pippen reaches over Rodman, rebounds, turns, knocks it down, and draws the foul.
Wow, is this the Scottie Pippen that has had so many problems in this building? You know he's had a lot of thoughts go through his head, George. You know he's got demons to exercise. He's got things to prove to himself. And I have to say he's answering the bell quite well thus far.
He makes, and Chicago leads by 9. Pippen reached over Worm, got the stick back, and got Dennis's 3rd foul. Pistons to Edwards, mid-post right side against Cartwright and Grant. And Bernie Fryer will call an offensive foul on Buda.
Well, he was trying to use his body just to free himself a bit. But I think he got Grant squarely in the chest with the shoulder.
He'll come out. Bill Lambier will replace him.
Actually, it was the elbow on the side, and the official was in real good position to see it, and Edwards has the exit.
First minute, 3rd quarter.
Never got the chance to go on the Buda Express.
Bulls to Grant behind the foul line. Gunning over Aguirre. He got it. Chicago by 11. Their biggest lead was 16. The Pistons wiped it out, actually led by a deuce with just over 4 minutes left in the half. Isaiah to Joe Dumars behind the left elbow. Joe flies it in on Paxson off the high glass. Won't go. Rebound Cartwright. Ahead to Pippen, midcourt left side. Pippen backs on Dumars. Dishes deep to Grant. He hooks over Bill Laimbeer. No. Billy with a rebound. The outlet to Isaiah. Pistons try to get something here in transition. Isaiah met by Jordan, though. Left elbow, flips it inside to Joe. He'll come through, reverse off the glass, and hit it.
How about that? Joe Dumars snaking in underneath. Almost posting, if you will, but right under the net. And when he got it in there, he was tough.
Pistons work Pippen on the outside. He'll get away from Rodman, though. Drive and scoop and score. 58-47. Isaiah in a hurry. Gives to Aguirre. Aguirre top side to Bill Laimbeer. Now left wing to Mark. Fakes Grant right. Takes him left. Flies it to the hole. Misses, but draws a foul. It's on Jordan. Isaiah was upset with Dennis Rodman for not running out on the break. Dennis, I'm sure, trying to shake off what Pippen's been able to do to him so far today mentally.
Well, Isaiah, as you said, imploring Dennis to run, because Pippen, after making that shot, went to the floor. So the Pistons came back with a 5-on-4 advantage. Rodman's man being the one back, and he didn't get back like Dennis. He didn't run down the court, that is, like Dennis often does. I guess
9:47 left here in the third.
And I guess, George, he's not the only one out of character in this game, in this series for the Pistons.
Mark Aguirre calmly made two. Boy, the Pistons needed him. Chicago by 9:45 left in the third. Pulls to Jordan, left wing. Jumps it up from 22 over Joe D, and it's through for two. Chuck Daly won't waste any more time. He's going to get Vinnie Johnson in the game. 9.5 left in the third.
I don't think he wants to see another 16-point deficit in this half and have to count on the Pistons to come back from that.
Isaiah dishing to Aguirre at the right elbow. Bernie Fryer with a whistle, and illegal defense called on Chicago. Pistons put Vinny in for Worm. 9:20 left in the third. Isaiah to VJ at the right elbow against Grant. Mid-post lob to Aguirre, backing on Pippen, turns to the goal, gets it blocked. Pippen has it, steps out of bounds. Shot clock will stay at 14. Triggering baseline left will be Joe Dumars. Chicago by 11. Way outside goes the lob to Vinny. BJ to Laimbeer, left corner, squaring up and gunning is Billy, doesn't get it. Pippen with the rebound. Here comes Pippen against Vinny up the right side. To the baseline, fires it up off the high glass, fills it up, and a foul.
Whoa, that was a major league make that time by Pippen. Almost looked like Vinnie Johnson.
Yes. 62-49. The Pistons, again, unemotional as they start the third. And the Bulls now lead it big time with Pippen at the line. Pippen makes and has 22 at 63-49 Chicago. Vinny against Pippen to the foul line. Here's a blocking foul on Pippen, who stepped in front. That's his third.
Excellent call by Hugh Hollins, and he had a great view of it. Pippen got in front, but clearly not in time to draw that offensive charge.
Dumars sideline left. Left wings to Isaiah, coming down the lane to the hole. Hugh Hollins with a whistle.
Ball boy out on the floor.
Stopped the action. A ball boy trying to wipe up some perspiration was on the floor. Had a chance to get his head taken off. 63-49 Chicago. Dumars to Isaiah, back to Joe D, left wing. New shot clock, working Paxson with the dribble. Dishes left corner to Isaiah. Tries for three. Off the heel, no. Pippen with a rebound. Pippen. Wing on the right to Jordan. Deep right Paxson. Tries for three. Doesn't get it. Pippen with a rebound. New shot clock. Pippen right corner. Deep on the right wing to Paxson. Sideline right now to Pippen. In the lane, Grant. Knocked away by Isaiah. It's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulls with a shot clock at 11. 8:13 left in the third. The Pistons had an explosion after trailing by 16, got the lead, but now they're down again. Jordan to the foul line. Isaiah slaps it away, but a foul. Dumars with a hand check shove from behind, says Hugh Hollins.
George, you mentioned the Pistons' explosion, but hey, let's analyze how they got that explosion to happen. They did it on the defensive end. They got the crowd involved. Crowd's really on their seat and on the back of their chairs right now. Pistons need to turn it up on the defensive end because that seems to really spark them offensively. They're really out of sync offensively again.
.809 left in the third. The Bulls now by 15 as Jordan make it 16. They've equaled their biggest lead. 65-49, and backcourt pressing is Chicago. Mark Aguirre lobs it ahead to Vinny. VJ into a trap left side. Jordan and Grant backs to the wing. The clock's at 10. The lob to Aguirre, mid-post against Pippen. Mark to the hole. Triple team. Jordan slaps it away. Isaiah's got it. One up for the shot. Hammered good on the top of the head. Foul Jordan. That's his third. Jordan and Pippen each have 3.
Jordan that time did something that you're always taught from Little League basketball or elementary basketball you don't do. You never save the ball from out of bounds underneath your opponent's hoop unless you're absolutely sure you can get it into your teammate's hands. That time Isaiah almost had a layup because Jordan chose to save the ball instead of letting it go out of bounds.
Isaiah at the line makes the first. Pistons are down 15. Here is the second, and he scores it. 65-51 Chicago. 7:48 left in the third. Pippen right-handing right side. Outside to Paxson, deep left Jordan. Back to Paxson, top of the key against Isaiah. Pippen has it right wing, mid-post lob to Cartwright, right side, turning on Aguirre, gunning on Aguirre, he got it.
Hey, silently, very quietly, Bill Cartwright is being a major factor in this game. We haven't called his name out a lot or given him a lot of plaudits, but he's been right there.
Isaiah backing down on Paxson after Cartwright's make, which made him, by the way, 6 for 8. There's a whistle and a foul on Paxson. 3 on Paxson. Let's take 10 for an ID here. This is the world champion Pistons Playoff Basketball Network. Isaiah at the line. Makes the first, 67-52. Pistons on the short end. Nails the next, 7-17 left in the third. Bulls 67, the Pistons 53. Paxson runs Isaiah into a Pippen screen right side. Isaiah fights through. Now it goes between the rings to Cartwright. Cartwright with a clock at 10, dishes left wing to Pippen against Vinny, and Pippen travels. Vinny up in his face, caused the foot shuffle.
And was it clear or was it not clear? The Pistons very determined again that time defensively. That's an effort. I know it's difficult, but they have got to maintain that type of effort defensively.
Isaiah down the lane. Jordan blocks it. Isaiah thought he was hit, no call. Jordan to Pippen. Now Pippen with a moving screen on Vinny before Michael's dunk. And Pippen will get the offensive foul. No slam for Michael. Timeout Pistons. 6:47 left in the third. Here's our Dunham's trivia answer. The Bulls' all-time career leader in games played, Jerry Sloan, 696. June 10th at the New Pine Knob, Pia Zadora with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Harmon McRae at the New Pine Knob Wednesday at 7:30. Barbara Mandrell and B.J. Thomas Thursday at 8. David Lee Roth and Cinderella Monday, July 15th. And Wayne Newton for that Las Vegas weekend has now been scheduled for June 23rd. Pistons basketball, 6:47 to play in the third. They trail by 14 at home in game 3. They trail in the series 2-zip. Isaiah to Vinny left way. Back inside of the captain against Jordan. Wheeling, up faking. and he missed it. Lambier gets it, lays it back up and in. Chuck Daly again thought Isaiah was hitting the lane.
Well, he certainly was the last time. There's no question about that.
Isaiah overplays Paxson sideline left, pass to Jordan between the rings. Takes Dumars right wing. Shot clock 8. Grant wants it inside against Aguirre, gets behind him, gets the lob, turns and jams. 69-55. Chicago starters have outscored the Pistons starters now 63-22. Vinnie Johnson hooks it to Aguirre, baseline left, squaring up and gunning as marking it goes. The Piston bench has outscored the Bulls bench 35-6. Chicago by a dozen.
Again, the nice penetration and kick out.
Paxson topside for the Bulls. They have Hodges and Jordan and Grant and Cartwright on the floor. Cartwright in the lane, backs on Lambier, and a whistle, and a foul. It's on Billings. That's his second. That's the Pistons' fourth. Chicago also with 4.
Chicago gets a new shot clock with that. That clock was down to 6 before the Bill Lambier foul against Cartwright.
Hodges for the Bulls, wing on the right to Jordan. Shot clock 16. Michael Jordan against Joe D. Jordan jumps it up from 20. Dumars with a hand on the ball, but a hand on Michael, says Hugh Hollins.
Joe D's second, but it's a penalty situation. Michael Jordan at the line for Chicago. He will shoot 2.
Jordan to shoot 2. 5:20 left in the third. Bulls by a dozen. Make it 13.
You know, Michael Jordan still in half-court situations is not doing a whole lot for the Chicago Bulls. And George, there was a time when that happened. You usually had the Chicago Bulls stop, but I guess there has been a great deal of maturity and confidence that his teammates have, and it's showing right now.
Well, now they don't panic. That's half the battle. Michael drains them both, 71-57. Bulls by 14, 5:10 left in the third. Vinnie Johnson outside, bounces to Aguirre. Mark 5 to the hole, lost the ball on the way up, knocked out by the Bulls. Shot clock 9. 5:04 left in the third. Dumars to trigger, baseline left. Left corners to Vinnie. Topside Lambier, jumps from 19. No. Rebound tapped by Dumars, a reach over call from behind by Paxson, or on Paxson rather, by Bernie Fryer. That's 4 on Paxson.
Joe Dumars, 1+. He'll shoot 2.
4:59 left in the third. Chicago 71, the Pistons 57. Joe will shoot 2, makes the first. B.J. Armstrong replaces Paxson.
Here again, we get a chance to see the 3 guards in the game for the Pistons, George. And really, how long can you hope that that can keep you in a game like this? It certainly would help if the Pistons could get something out of one of their frontline players. Sure, Mark Aguirre is doing a good job, I should say, off the bench. But they really need James Edwards, Lambier, maybe William Beckford, someone that can step up now.
Joe D made 2. Jordan in a hurry for the Bulls. Shot's going to rim wide left. Rebound out of bounds off Bill Lambier. Grant fighting Lambier and Isaiah for the ball. Made sure nobody got it. 4:48 left in the third. Grant has it right wing. Low inside to Jordan on the right against Dumars. Deep left wing Hodges against Vinnie. They're back way out on the left sideline. Lobs it inside for Cartwright. Ball tipped. Lamb's got it in the lane. Heads up, feet ahead to Isaiah. In a crowd, deep to Dumars. And a foul called on the Bulls. It's on Cartwright. Chicago's in the penalty. 4.5 left in the third. Cartwright did break up the break.
That's a good job of defense that time. Craig Hodges, as you mentioned, backed way up to give himself some room to feed the post. Inside to Cartwright, Vinnie Johnson still was able to jump up, get a hand on the ball, and Bill Lambier came away with the interception.
Isaiah at the line makes on the rainbow free throw, 71-60. Chuck Daly looking for some spark. He'll put John Sally in the game. Pistons are within 10 if he makes, and they are. 71-61, 4.5 left in the third. Jordan up the left side for the Bulls. Aguirre and Dumars trap him sideline left. Left corner to Grant. Top side to B.J. Armstrong. Back near the timeline. Got it. Shot clock 9. Gives to Grant, top of the key. Left wing Jordan. The clock's at 5. Lambier comes to double. Jordan gets airborne. Turns and drains it. And only Superman could have made that shot.
And asked for a foul in the process because he says that his hand was hit.
Pistons with it. Vinnie Johnson left wing. Driving to the hole. Oh! Vinnie with a power slam. It's a 10-point game. 3:45 left in the third.
I don't know if I've ever seen him dunk in a half-court situation, George, off the drive. Have you? I imagine you probably have.
Well, that's only the second or third time.
Wow. I still get excited when I see those, when they come from people you don't expect them.
Oh, yeah. Jordan on the right wing. Dumars against it. Michael turns dotted line and draws the foul.
With 00 showing on the shot clock, no less.
Bernie Fryer bailed the Bulls out. The foul's on Joe, and that's his third. Sally has replaced Bill Lambier. I'll tell you what, nobody that I've ever seen in this game gets more calls than Michael Jordan, and he doesn't need that much help.
He does get a lot.
End of sermon. (73-63) Chicago. That was barely a touch with nothing on the shot clock, but it was in Michael Jordan's hand. It's all you need to know.
And that's the thing that's really, really disheartening for the Pistons. They had played great defense for 23 and maybe 3/4 seconds.
Michael at the line makes the first. And nails the next. 75-63. Isaiah against B.J. Armstrong up the left side. Bulls by a dozen. Vinny has it on the wing against Hodges. Behind the back dish inside to Aguirre. Mark loses the dribble. Hodges has it. Drives on. Vinny lays it up. No, but VJ fouls him. 3:02 left in the third. Mark Aguirre trying to make a play on a drive against Grant, lost the ball. Hodges at the line. The Bud Light Concert Series at the Palace Sunday, June 23rd. Poison with Slaughter and the Bullet Boy. Hodges makes the first. Chicago by 13.
You know, even Craig Hodges is playing within himself. We talked about Pippen making the game easier for himself, not taking tough shots, ill-advised shots. Well, Hodges is doing the same thing, George.
Oh, yeah. Fine shooter, nails 2 at the line. Bulls by 14 again. Under 3 left in the third. Mark Aguirre in the lane. Throws it away. Armstrong steps in front of Joe Dumars on a lazy lob. Jordan has it. 2:45 left in the third. Michael Jordan right wing. Jordan top of the key. Dishes left side. B.J. Armstrong by himself. Missed from 20. Rebound Isaiah. Isaiah stuttering on the dribble. Inside for the scoop. Missed it. Got it back. Off eyeglass with another scoop. He scores on this one and a foul. What a sensational play. Hodges with the foul. The Pistons draw to within a dozen. Timeout. 2:28 left in the third. Bulls 77. The Pistons 65. Isaiah missed the free throw. Vinny tapped him the rebound. Isaiah back to the foul line. Leans guns in and out. Worms got it. Sticks it back. Doesn't get it. Purdue has the rebound. He's tied up by Isaiah. And rammed in the basket support is Isaiah by Purdue.
Maybe
Isaiah playing with great courage.
And doing everything he possibly can to spur his teammates on, hoping that they can draw strength from his courage.
Oh, two near misses, one by Isaiah, the next on a worm stick back. Now Isaiah will jump against Purdue.
And I guarantee you, he's going to go up. He thinks, in his mind, he can get this tip. Of course, the movement after the ball is thrown up is key.
He taps it. Dumars has it left way. Back to Isaiah, top side. Inside to Sally, turning, trying to force it up, drew the foul.
George, did he explode or did he explode?
Four on Michael Jordan. He's the one who got Spider Sally.
And Isaiah went way up to outjump the 7-foot-plus Will Purdue.
Spider at the stripe. Shooting two on Jordan's foul after Isaiah's incredible leap. Missed the first.
You know, oftentimes when you get a 6-foot guard going against a 7-foot center, he doesn't even jump. He puts no effort into it. But Isaiah, again, trying to lead by example. Oh, he went to the sky and got that tip.
He can't jump any higher.
No.
From a standing start. Give him a little run, he can get up a little better, but not much. Spider splits the pair. 77-76. Little backcourt Piston pressure. Now the three guards, and Worm and Sally fall back. Here's a tap and a Sally steal. He fell down. Was he knocked down by Hodges? No, says Bernie Fryer. Spider out of bounds across the way, and the Bulls hang on to the ball. I'll tell you what, Chicago's getting all the whistles with a third game in a row. And a reset shot clock, says Hugh Hollins. Why not? Add that too. 2:03 left in the third. Jordan to Armstrong, wing on the right to Grant. The hand back to BJ.
Bill Jackson opting to leave Jordan out on the floor with those 4 fouls.
Armstrong in trouble outside. Dishes left corner, Purdue. Sally swats it away. Ball loose on the deck. Armstrong and Isaiah chase it. The Pistons have it. The Bulls knocked it out. They went length of the court on the run. Suddenly Isaiah realized, hey, the Bulls touched it last. Let me stay away from this thing.
And B.J. Armstrong continues to have problems when he's harassed defensively by Isaiah.
Sally at the foul line, driving, looking to dunk, scoops, scores, and a foul. It is on Will Purdue. It's a 9-point game. A minute and 40 left in the third. Time hasn't run out on the champs just yet. At the stripe, Spider Sally, he can draw the Pistons to within 8. Scott Williams replaces Purdue. Spider missed the free throw. Vinny skied for it, tapped it. Jordan's got it. Here comes Michael up the left side. Jordan dishes, baseline right. B.J. Armstrong by himself, likes that shot but misses it. Sally swats the rebound, then controls it to Vinny. Pistons need a VJ show here now. Vinny to the lane. Skies, guns, no. Isaiah taps, yes! 77-70.
He put about as much into that leap as he did a few moments ago. Isaiah with the offensive putback.
Isaiah was 17. And now he has 6 boards. And as the Bulls set up, Ed Rush blows the whistle and has a John Sally foul.
It's a penalty situation.
Scott Williams and Dennis Rodman had some words.
Scott Williams.
Sally's foul was his 4th. Williams will shoot a pair. Minute left in the third. Chicago by 7. Here's the first. He missed it. Did not look even close to comfortable. Aguirre for Sally. Livingston for Grant. The crowd continuing to tear it up here at the Palace as the Pistons have spurted one more time.
They're trying to do their part. And they've helped the Pistons in this game. Yes, they have.
Williams splits the pair. Bulls by 8, a minute left in the third. Pistons trailed by 8 at the half. And at the end of 1. Isaiah getting an Aguirre screen. Baseline drives it right. Flips it up off the high glass. Fills it up. And a foul. Could it be flagrant? He's on the deck. It is a flagrant foul.
Isaiah did a great job that time of getting inside, George, protecting the ball. He was hit hard by Williams. Went down, the ball went in the basket. Oh, what a break.
Isaiah will get a free throw and the Pistons will get the ball. He drains it. 78-73, 45.7 seconds left in the third.
And George, if they play it right, they can get 2 more possessions to the Bulls. Only 1 in this quarter.
Joe D to Isaiah against Armstrong, left wing. Isaiah trapped, dishes left corner, Aguirre. Here's the rainbow, short. And we get a whistle. And Joe Dumars loose ball foul called by Ed Rush.
And it's a penalty situation.
4 on Joe.
Now the bad thing about that, George, is it gives Chicago the 2 free throws and they'll get another possession now.
Pistons are down 5. 35 seconds left in the third. Scott Williams back at the line. Makes the first. And he nails the next. Chicago by 7 again. Pistons will run a high screen for Vinnie Johnson. He has it topside. Aguirre comes to set it. Vinnie explodes to the lane. Dishes left corner to Isaiah. Triple try, no, but a whistle first. And a Hodges foul. It's a 6-point Chicago lead. Pistons put some pressure on the Bulls. No shot clock. Left corner, Hodges trying for 3. Won't go through. Livingston has it right corner. Knocked away by Vinnie. Picked up by B.J. Armstrong, right wing. He'll jump it up from 15 off the glass. In and out and back in. 1.2 seconds left in the third. B.J. Armstrong with 1 major league make.
That ball's going to go almost out of bounds.
Isaiah throws it length to the floor. Warren has it left wing. The horn sounds before he can throw up a prayer that did not get answered. 82-74, Chicago after 3. Pippen triggers to Grant. Pistons double him in backcourt. Back it goes to Pippen. Now they'll back off. Pippen up the right side. Pretty good handler at 6'7". Works against Vinnie. Wing on the right to Jordan. Shot clock 7 against Joe D. Joe playing with 4. Deep to Grant. Up and down off the square over Rodman. 84-74. Chicago by 10. Vinnie up the middle. BJ dumps to Dumars. Sideline right. Tries for 3. In and out. Rebound Sally, hooks it back, no. Tap Worm, no. Rebound Vinnie, in the lane, he'll jump it up and in, but a foul's called first on Paxson.
Chicago fouls on John Paxson.
Dennis Rodman and Sally really working hard inside, giving the Pistons second and third chances. They'll need a lot of that in this quarter. That 3-point shot by Dumars, oh, so close to being down, but it came out.
Pistons do not get Vinnie's hoop. They just get the Bulls' first team foul. Paxson leaves with 5. B.J. Armstrong replaces him. Then he bounces it left side to Isaiah. Left corner Joe. 4-3. Short. Joe taps the rebound. It's out of bounds.
Oh, no.
Belong to the Pistons.
Oh, Hugh Hollins, he was about to turn this place into a riot scene. He called Chicago's ball, but quickly erased his error. and said Detroit ball. It was kicked off by Pippen.
11:01 to play in the game. Bulls 84, Pistons 74.
I think it was just a case of pointing in the wrong direction. He knew whose ball it really was, Hollins did, and he made the correct call.
We'll wipe up a wet spot, then the Pistons will trigger. They're all most important possessions now. Even with nearly a full quarter to go, the Bulls lead it by 10. Joe D from the left sideline. Triggers to Isaiah, top side against P.J. Armstrong. Then he comes to get it left wing against Pippen. Sally wants to screen. Chicago's illegal defensively. And that will give the Pistons a technical foul free throw. Chuck Daly wants Joe Dumars to shoot it.
Shoots the technical.
Great way to learn the ins and outs of basketball from two of the game's stars. Joe Dumars and Isaiah will be in your area to run a basketball day camp for kids 7 to 17. July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at Elkton Pigeon Bayport High in Pigeon. For more information, call 517-453-3131 or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the school. Joe Dumars makes the tech. Pistons within 9, and they have it. Vinny driving to the hole, lays it up and in, off the window.
All right, he put his head down, and George, he did not raise it up until he was looking at the basket. He was very determined on that drive.
Chicago by just 7, 10.5 to go. Game 3, Bulls lead 2-0. Jordan to the lane, double team, doesn't matter. Hits the turn and gun from 12.
Jordan with the elevation, he's able to stay up while defenders pass by with the hands up, and then he releases the ball, George. That was a sensational shot by him. Made it look easy.
Isaiah driving, missed it. Ball kicked out to Worm. Picked up by Sally, baseline right. Right corner, Isaiah. Long gun, no. Tapped, controlled by Cartwright. Cartwright hands to Michael Jordan. Bulls by 9, 9:54 to go. Jordan on the right wing against Sally. To the baseline, to the hole. Dishes left corner to Cartwright. Cartwright from 15, baseline left. In and out, long rebound. Tap to Dumars. Joe and Sally, 2-on-2 against the Bulls. Joe will hold it up. Dish it top side to Isaiah. Left side, Vinny. Show and go on Pippen on the deck. Lost it, gets it back. Turns foul line, leans, guns, gets it. Wow!
That was pretty good. Not so much the shot, but his ability to reverse his momentum, come back and retrieve the basketball. That was what was so impressive to me.
And a 20-second timeout will be Pistons and Bulls. Couple of heavyweights here at the Palace with 9 and 10 to go. Chicago to Jordan, they're up 7. Jordan to the foul line. Skies, guns over Joe, and it goes. 88-79, Bulls by 9. 9 minutes left. Vinny left-handing up the left side against Pippen. BJ gets the screen, fires from 22, doesn't go through, taps it, Rodman controls it. To Isaiah, top of the key. Pistons get a new shot clock. VJ has it right wing. Puts it on the deck, gets by, Grant goes to the hole, flips it up, no, but he's fouled on the way.
Now they're calling that offensive, George. It looked like it may have been on Pippen. That would have been critical his fifth, but they call it on.
Vinny Johnson called for the offensive foul. Jumping in to Pippen. 8:36 to go.
Michael Jordan, by the way, is 5 of his last 6 from the field.
That may have been a good call. We have a replay monitor here. Vinny got in the air, nowhere to go, and Pippen stood his ground, backpedaling just a hair. But apparently not enough. 8.5 left. Pippen topside against Vinny. They wipe up the wet spot. Here we go again. Sally inside, overplays on Cartwright, slaps it away. Hugh Hollins whistling for his 5th foul. There'll be no calls for the Pistons in this series.
Out of bounds, Chicago.
Team fouls 1-1, Spiders 5th. Jordan gets it, left elbow against Dumars, turns, guns, got it, he's on fire, and the whistles are going the other way. and the Bulls are now heading north. They lead 90-79. 8:08 left. Isaiah drives Hodges to the lane, gets contact. Let's see where this one goes. It's on Hodges.
That's his score. In second, Isaiah proceeds.
Isaiah trying to give the Pistons attack some balance. Doesn't want it to be all outside shooting, all perimeter action. He drives the ball to the hole, and yes, he can drive against Hodges. Hodges had to grab him that time.
Chicago got the early lead. It's been uphill since. And a real struggle. Isaiah struggled and missed the first free throw.
Is it me, George, or does it look like he's putting a little extra arc on those free throws?
He started that a few games ago. Got some pretty good productivity from it, and he's continued. 90-80. Kelly Tripucka used to always tell him when they weren't going, you're shooting too high. He's probably watching TV somewhere and saying, Isaiah,
you're shooting too high.
Grant inside for the Bulls, wheels and scoops and score.
And very little Sally could do inside against Grant that time. Didn't want to pick up that eliminating sixth foul.
Isaiah for the Pistons, slides down the lane, dishes back to Sally. John to the hole, throws it up and down. Great English and a foul.
Well, he catwalked down the lane, didn't he? Didn't want to pick up the offensive foul. Great job of going to the hole, driving the basketball by John Sally throughout the game.
Hodges has picked up his fifth.
Number 23, Mark Aguirre.
Mark Aguirre will replace Joe Dumars.
Replacement number 4, Joe Dumars.
Mark Aguirre has only 2 fouls. He can perhaps get a little physical with Michael Jordan for a minute, if that's the way they decide to go.
Spider.
10-point game. Bulls 92, Pistons 82, 7:37 to go. Sally at the line to our left in front of the Piston bench. Here's the free throw and it falls. Chicago by 9. If the Pistons could get inside 5, they'd blow the roof off the Palace. They just got to concentrate on keeping it inside 10 now. Pippen driving against Aguirre. And we're going to get a Mark Aguirre foul as Pippen's on the deck.
Fouls on number 23, Mark Aguirre. Starts first, the team set.
3 on Mark, 2 on the Pistons, 3 on the Bulls, 7:25 to go. Not a to the hoop call for Pippen. That's a break.
I think that's what the delay was. I think that's what the Chicago Bulls was asking for, the 2 shots.
Pippen deep right to Cartwright. They'll hand back to Pippen. He'll hand off to guess who? Jordan topside against Warren. Jordan to the right baseline. Aguirre's on the floor. We got a whistle. And Mark Aguirre suddenly has 4 fouls.
That's Mark's 4th, team's 3rd.
3-3 in the team foul arena.
Chicago out of bounds.
7:13 to go. Pippen to B.J. Armstrong, top of the key. Armstrong to Grant. Wing on the right to Jordan. In the lane, we got another whistle, a Dennis Rodman foul.
That's 3 fouls on the Pistons in about 12, 13 seconds perhaps. They'll be in the penalty the next foul committed.
7:09 to go. New shot clock for Chicago one more time. Jordan on the right wing against Vinny. Might as well ask Vinny to guard him. He's done everything else. Jordan. Top side to Armstrong. Left wing Pippen driving on Worm. Dumps it deep inside to Grant. It's up and it's down and a foul. And Grant is dancing and celebrating. So are all of the Bulls. Timeout. 6:53 to go. John Sally's fouled out. Chicago by 11. Vinnie Johnson up the left side against Pippen. BJ gets the switch. Grant's on him. He'll jump stop in the lane. Gun short. Got his own rebound. He'll drive it in low on the left, come through, reverse scoop, no. Lambier follows, yes. The Pistons are within 9.
That's what they have to do, George. They've got to give themselves more than one opportunity to score. They've got to be very, very, very tenacious on the offensive glass as they were that time, and they really got to do it on this end, the defensive end.
Vinny overplaying Pippen. They lob it to Pippen mid on the left side. He'll turn, hook over VJ, doesn't get it. Aguirre with another big-time rebound. Here comes Isaiah up the left side. Lambier screens. Isaiah got room in the lane. Tripped. Falls out of bounds. They say the ball's off the Bulls.
15 seconds on the shot clock. 15.
Dumars triggers baseline right. Clock at 15. Right corner to Isaiah. Isaiah backs on B.J. Armstrong. Turnaround, high glass gun won't go. Rebound Grant. 5:50 left. Jordan between the circles against Joe D. Right wing now to Pippen, 5:38 to go. Pippen holds it high. In the lane to Grant. Flips to Pippen, knocked away. Picked up by Isaiah. Steal by Cartwright, but a foul on Mr. Bill.
Bill Cartwright almost got a steal in the backcourt from Isaiah. That's something he's probably never done his entire career. Did get some wrist, and Hugh Hollins was right there to make the call.
Vinnie Johnson still trying to shake off a poke in the chops he took from Pippen when Pippen missed the hook over a moment ago. Pick and roll, Lambier for Isaiah. Down the lane driving, dishing to VJ. Got a block by Jordan. Vinnie gets it back. Hooks, hits! Oh man, did he stay after that?
Again, giving the Pistons more than one opportunity. Got to be consistent with their effort. They got it to 7.
They're down 7 with 5 to go. Cartwright, baseline right. Foul line Armstrong. Lambier got a hand on the ball, but they're going to call a Piston foul. It's on Isaiah, his third. B.J. Armstrong at the line.
B.J. Thomas proceeds to the line for Chicago, where he will shoot 2.
BJ, a very good free throw shooter, up around 88% on the year, made the first. Chicago by 8, 4:56 to go.
And BJ has settled down a bit. He was having a lot of problems, especially when the Pistons were in their defensive runs and Isaiah was right there in his face. He's doing a better job now.
Armstrong makes 2. Chicago by 9. 4:50 left. Pistons hoping to just get themselves in a position to pull off a miracle finish. Isaiah penetrates, comes through on the reverse, got a block by Jordan, gets it back, left hand scoop, low left, off the window and in.
Another second opportunity.
They've had a lot of big makes, couple of stops, and who knows, 4.5 left. Pippen up the right side against Vinny. To the foul line, turns at the elbow, finally loses Vinny with the fake. Missed the shot to Lambier. Oh, what a possession this is. Isaiah left side against Armstrong. Pippen comes to trap. Cross court to Vinny. He'll drive it. Spin inside. Baseline Lambier. 15-footer. He fills it up. 96-91. The Pistons are down just 5. 4:05 to go. Here comes Jordan up the left side. Lambier and Dumars trap him deep on the left. Top side Armstrong. Shot clock 10. Pippen right wing. Mid right to Grant against Aguirre. The clock's at 5. Back to Armstrong. 3-point try. It's through. A triple for B.J. Armstrong. Isaiah left him to double down on Grant.
Oh, who would have ever figured that B.J. would be able to answer that kind of way with the triple?
Isaiah will work Armstrong as the Pistons come to work. 3.5 to go. Aguirre for 3, top of the key. It's through! What an answer by Mark Aguirre. It's 5 again. 3:25 to go.
A very necessary answer, George, as the clock continues to wind.
Chicago by 5. They're going crazy at the Palace. Jordan with the ball. Snakes to the lane. Off the glass with the gun, and it goes. Pistons in a hurry. The lob ahead to Joe Dumars. Behind the back in the lane. Wheels to the hole, flips up the hook off the glass. He hit it! The Pistons are down 5.
Oh, what a game. What a game.
2:55 to go. They're not going without a fight in game 3. If they even go. Jordan, top of the key against Dumars. Shot clock already at 5. Backs to the foul line. Hooks it left corner, Cartwright. 2 on the clock. Vinny jumps at him. He misses, but Pippen's got the offensive rebound. Outside to Armstrong. Timeout, Chicago. 2:31 left. It's 101-96 Bulls in game 3 of the Eastern Finals. Pippen with a huge offensive rebound before the Chicago timeout to give the Bulls another chance. Jordan gets close, turnaround gun, got it off the glass. Jordan gets too close. It's 103-96.
Well, the Pistons played cat and mouse, faking the double team, George. Maybe next time they'll come all the way with it.
Isaiah gets a Vinny screen, goes right corner, gets to the lane. Wraps around a feed, deep left Dumars, top side Aguirre. Fakes the triple, now drives, Guns on the run, wide, Lambier taps, yes! 103-98.
George, that's like their 5th or 6th consecutive basket off the second opportunity.
Pippen has it knocked away by Vinny. It's on the floor. Tapped by Aguirre to VJ. He'll hand to Dumars. Joe flips it up. No! Jordan's got it! And Dumars comes down limping. 1:38 left. Jordan slips in the lane. Dishes to Pippen, low right side. Outside to Armstrong. Chicago by 5. Deep right. Pippen, he got it.
A big turnaround here.
Isaiah deep to Dumars. Double pump fake. Got the foul. With 1:18 to go. 105-98 our score. Chicago leads it.
Joe Dumars thought he should have got a foul call against Jordan when he tossed the ball way off the glass and got no call. That was a big turnaround because the Bulls were able to come down and get the jumper by Pippen. And George, what could have been a 3-point lead for the Bulls went back up to a 7-point lead, so it was definitely a 4-point swing.
Joe Dumars, who came up limping, still looks like he's favoring the left leg as he steps to the stripe. The Pistons are down 7, 1:18 to go in game 3. Here's the free throw, and it goes. 105-99. The Pistons have to snuff out the Bulls offense now. Paxson's back for the Bulls. Joe missed the next. Rebound, Cartwright drops it, gets it back and gives to Pippen. 1:10 left, 105-99. Jordan for the Bulls. They'll play keep away with it. Pippen gets it topside, shot clock 10, now 9, foul Aguirre with 1:02 left. Let's take 10 for an ID. This is the world champion Pistons Basketball Network. Mark Aguirre's foul was his 5th. Pippen at the stripe. Chicago by 6. Scottie Pippen makes. 25 points, 10 rebounds for an emerging superstar.
You can say that again. And George, today it's been an uphill battle. The Pistons have been climbing all afternoon long.
He made them both. They're down 107-99, 101 left. Time out at the Palace in game 3 of the Eastern Finals. Bulls by 6. Backcourt Piston pressure. Jordan gets it midcourt to Pippen. Paxson deep on the left.
Now they got to get a foul.
And Rodman fouls him. Not the greatest guy to foul.
But you can't be choicy at this point. They're going to have somebody just got a technical. I think it's Dennis Rodman.
Well, it's been a very disappointing day for Dennis Rodman. They will send Paxson, an 83% free thrower, to the line. But first, Jordan will shoot the tech. I don't know, you ought to be a little careful about calling technical fouls at this point. Jordan missed the tech anyway, and now Paxson will shoot 2.
Chuck Daly coming back with situational substitution, getting his offensive players back in. Also two guys who can also pop from the three-point territory, Lane Beer and Mark Aguirre.
Rollins and Rodman come out. Bulls by 6. Paxson to shoot 2. 107-101, he makes. 108-101 Chicago.
Pistons getting over the 100-point mark against Chicago. First team to do that in this playoff. But it still may not be enough, George.
Paxson made them both. Timeout Pistons, 49 seconds left. Bulls 109, Pistons 101. 45.5 seconds left. The Pistons are within 6. The captain can cut it to 5 at the line.
They got to make this 45 seconds a long time for the Bulls, George. Again, they'll go to the press. No steal, they can foul.
Free throw short. Rebound Grant. Flips to Jordan. Jordan at midcourt almost got away. Finally grabbed and fouled by Vinny with 39 seconds left. Isaiah may have run out of gas on that free throw. He barely got the front of the iron. 39 seconds to play. Bulls 109, Pistons 103.
On the last 2 Bull possessions, the Pistons only lost 6 seconds. They were able to get the foul within 6 seconds. But that free throw hurts. Pistons have to have all of those. And you might even see them look for a three-pointer as we get down to the real waning seconds, I guess.
Jordan at the line and he makes. It's 110-103. Jordan with 30. 39 seconds to play. Here is the second and he scores it. Rodman to Isaiah in backcourt. Head for Joe D. Deep left corner Vinny. Fakes a triple, steps up baseline, guns from 15, it goes. 32 seconds left. Chicago by 6. And Cartwright will take a Bulls timeout. 32.3 seconds to go. Chicago 111, the Pistons 105. Timeout Chicago. Can they get a steal? They desperately need one. Cartwright looks. Lobs to Jordan and a foul called on Joe Dumars. Overplaying Michael Jordan.
Well, they were going to have to foul. Fortunate thing for the Pistons that time, they lose no time hardly off the clock, just a second.
Michael Jordan to shoot 2. An 85% free throw shooter. Gets the first, had to coax it, but he got it.
As I said, though, I think the Pistons might have to start looking for the 3, because if you don't come up with the steal, George, you got to foul. And if the Bulls continue to convert, as Michael Jordan just did 2 free throws, you're just trading baskets.
Here's Jordan with a steal, and Rodman's pass to Vinny. Jordan has it right corner. The Bulls lead it 113-105. 25 seconds to go in the game. Dumars comes to double topside Pippen, deep left Paxson, sideline left to Cartwright. 15 seconds to go. Pippen steps up deep left, tries for 3. It won't go through. It's out of bounds. 9 seconds left. 113-105.
You got a lot of people heading for the X's, George, but you still have a lot of people seated, stunned.
Isaiah snakes his way to the hole, lays it up and in. 113-107. That will be your final score. Game 3's in the books. The Chicago win. And now the Pistons will be forced to try to do what no team has ever done. Come back from a 3-0 deficit in a best-of-7 series.